How's it going, everyone? Mick Ambrose from All About Tech. Welcome back to another video. This has been in the works for a couple weeks. I hope you really enjoy it. Live Q&A session now with two very special guests. I'm going to get straight in and introduce them, mainly because the conference call free version only gives us half an hour. So let's get straight into it. Further ado, the first person guest is. And now, gosh, I've screwed that up already. Say hey, Rob.
Hey everyone, I am the Truthful Rob. Good evening from Asia.
And
Thanks for having me, man.
No worries, man, no worries. We're just gonna get straight into it, get you both introduced. And the second person is. It's Crypto for the People. Say hi, Sean.
Hey, everybody. It's Sean Davis, the Crypto for the People. I'm just kicking ass and collecting crypto. I had to do my little line.
So, Q&A, us three guys. We're going to get straight into it. We're going to be answering questions from you guys live. Also, some questions from the video notice that I uploaded the last night. So, apologies if this doesn't go as smoothly as planned, but I think we'll be all right, guys, won't we? I think we'll be all right.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah, we'll be fine. This is the first go at it.
This is going to be a half-hour show, guys. Just to let you all guys know, because the conference call software will kick us off anyway, so we haven't got a choice. Right. So going to the live studio audience.
One Lambo.
Right, guys, start getting
right.
until you guys get all your questions in. I'm just going to go to the other video where there are some questions already made up. So yeah, start asking your questions, and we'll start answering them accordingly. If you want a specific person to answer a question, feel free to put that person's name before the question, then ask your question. So I'm just scrolling through the comments for the other video, and the first question that's come up is someone called Doze Music. He is a big fan of ETN, but you can't deny that technically it's had troubles. How will ETN recover from that bad technical reputation now out there? So, would anybody like to put this guy out of his misery?
Sean,
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, man. Hey, I would agree. I would have to agree with you. That technically it has had issues. There's no doubt about it. I don't think there's any way to get around that. And it is a payment system, and so that needs to be fixed. And I think that they've got such a great marketing team. They've got such great growth going already that once this is taken care of, which I believe that they've done with this new fork, they've hired developers, they've created their own blockchain. That's perfect for this. It's now running. Now we get to see. I mean, this is like really the time where we're going to see what it's doing. But even without that, even with the crappiest, not the crappiest, but with a blockchain that essentially doesn't work all the time like it should, it's grown. I mean, it grew 75%. So last night I checked my phone, and we had 175,000 miners. And on May 3rd, we had 100,000. So that's in a month, that's up 75%. Let's just say that's crazy.
Yeah, crazy, man.
Without all the market. So, I don't know that the people they're trying to reach necessarily know about all the tech problems they've had.
Yeah.
They're just people that want to.
Oh, they don't.
Go on.
No, so
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
just to add on that, I think as well, like, blockchain in itself is such well, it's not like brand new. I mean, it's been around since obviously the start of Bitcoin, but everybody's learning this new technology. And if you look at all the big cryptos that have moved now in the top 10, they've all had tech issues. Some of them have had big tech issues, and they've got over those hurdles. It's never going to be straightforward. Never going to be straightforward, especially in the tech world where everything is all about improving software and stuff. Rob, did you want to add to that at all?
Yeah, I was gonna say that, just don't look at price right now, because that doesn't matter. These things will take time, and just like the top 10 coins, like you've mentioned, they've been around for so long. But people are kicking Electroneum around like, oh yeah, it's 2 cents, it's crap, but just give it time, people. Telling you.
Awesome stuff. Right, going into the next question. This one's from the live chat. This one is from Khan CG, and it's just a little bit of a joke one. But Rob, turn your light on.
Oh crap! I'm so sorry. I know, like, my background is dark because it's just like my soul, people.
Oh man.
No, sorry, man. Next time.
That's cool, man. Well, it's not like they can't see you at all, so it's all good, and they can hear you, which is the main thing.
I hope I don't look scary.
Going into a question from, I'm gonna try and pronounce this correctly. Ides of March, Idis. Not too sure, but when will marketing start? I was under the impression it was after the fork, so I'm gonna grab this one for a minute, and then obviously you guys get straight in and give your answers on it as well. But from my understanding, the marketing wasn't gonna start until after they've got their minimum viable proposition in regards to the mobile operators accepting ETN as payment. There's no point marketing unless ETN has a use case, and until ETN has that use case, there's what is the point in marketing it? Because they're going to be marketing a service and a product that you can't use. All you can do is accumulate it, but you can't spend it. Did you guys want to go in on this as well?
I'll go. I was under the impression that they would do that after the fork too. And we talk about marketing. Part of marketing is they've gone out and they've gotten these giant clients that have a giant user bases. So in a way they haven't spent marketing money for like the mass public in terms of billboards and stuff like that. But when you sign agreements with 130 million users, I don't know of any other coin that's got that type of reach that they're about to, that they now can, so they haven't spent the money marketing to them, I guess, to the people yet until this blockchain was fixed, but they have everything in place so that they can do that. So that's the exciting part of that, and that hasn't happened yet.
Definitely, couldn't agree more. I think it's really important as well that in terms of their marketing strategy, yeah, they've got this huge exposure, and you got to look at how smart they've been with it already. Like Sean said, 170,000 mobile miners, and that is literally just through viral marketing, word of mouth, people sharing it. Rob, did you have anything to say on that?
Well, yeah, while the blockchain problems were going on, there was still growth.
Yeah,
it's amazing,
humongous growth.
This mobile miner is a mobile marketer. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Have you ever tried to explain somebody? I'm sure you have. Like somebody like from your friends who knows nothing about crypto. It's like, how do I buy Bitcoin? And to explain that to somebody and how to actually take your cash and get a Bitcoin or any amount of Bitcoin into a wallet is painfully difficult for people to understand. But when you can say, hey, look, pull out your phone. See this? Download that. Pop. See what's going on there? You get an ETN on there, and they're like, what? The ease of use, the ease of getting started with Electroneum, I haven't seen anything that hard. It basically skips that whole step of like, you gotta go to your bank, join Coinbase or whatever the hell, move your money in. I mean, and they could, and after they get interested in this, they can go buy it and all that. But this gets them started, and they're like, "Holy crap! I got freaking crypto on my phone."
Yeah, man.
And that's why it's growing. It's easy.
Yeah. So what's really good about the mobile miner is that like I've even managed to get my dad in on it, and he's not even a techie. Like he's only just in the last couple of years got like a proper smartphone. He's got a Galaxy S7, and he knows that I'm like really into my crypto and really into my tech and stuff, and he's asking about it now, which is really good to see. Like, because a lot of the time you think of crypto and you think of like the younger generations getting into it, or those that are like tech related and stuff getting into it, and it's really important to get everybody into it, and I think that's what ETN's trying to do. So
Yes, the biggest obstacle is mass adoption, and Electroneum is doing it as simply as possible so everybody can understand it. That's the beauty of it. That's why I'm hooked.
Yeah, it's
Awesome
cool,
stuff.
man.
Yeah, so we'll go straight into the next question. This one is from Carlos Munoz. Now that we get rid of ASIC miners, don't you think we would be more vulnerable to hackers attacks like Verge was? Yeah, so the nature of the beast is that when you have a much lower amount of hashing power on a network, it's easier to control a higher percentage of it if you get a huge group of people that are together mining on the network. But I don't know if you saw on Electroneum's mining network how high the profitability was, and now that the profitability is much better, so many more miners are going to be joining onto the network, which means that we won't have a low hashing power for long. I think we'll be back up to what Monero's is at some point, because it's profitable now, which makes it harder for a 51% attack to happen. I mean, Verge, I don't really see much of a buzz with Verge anymore. I don't really see them on like buzzing around on YouTube or anything, and like I said, the community for ETN is so strong. So
I agree with the community. I mean, the community. First of all, I have no idea about the 51% attack, so I'm not going to pretend that I do. But I do know that this community is so strong. This Electroneum community. There are so many people that are so passionate about it, and that's what you want to see, man. I mean, 99% of these coins are going to be gone, but in a year or 2 years, 3 years, whenever it all shakes out. But it's the ones that have a community, right? Ones that have that are going to be around. And you look at ones that were communities like Litecoin and stuff like that. It used to be like, dude, it used to be cents. It used to be $4. You know what I mean? And then one day, boom, Ethereum, $4 was pennies, right? So all that takes time. But having a strong community is giant.
Definitely. Did you have anything to say on that, Rob?
Yeah, we have one of the biggest and most vocal communities on the cryptocurrency. Is my connection stable? I just got a prompt.
No. You're still on.
Oh, sorry.
Sometimes it's
like I said. Yeah. Our community is very vocal, good or bad, but it's pretty damn strong, that's for sure.
No doubt, man. No doubt. That's why I love Electroneum so much, because it's all about getting cryptocurrency into everyone. And
the ones that don't know about crypto is.
Electroneum's had some blockchain issues. All tech companies have tech issues at some point. Otherwise there'll be no work to do, would there? So, it's important. So, we'll go into another question. When the iPhone Apple is put in order, I don't really know what that means. But I did in my last video. I did have a video about why I think the iPhone app isn't out yet. And I think it's just Apple being really cautious in a market where it is still heavily unregulated. And I mean, all it takes is for Apple to, and this is generally speaking about crypto now. If Apple decided to approve an app of a cryptocurrency, and then that cryptocurrency turns out to be like a huge no, and it fails miserably, Apple will receive quite a bit of backlash for that, because they approved the app on the store. Part of getting, like, if you have an app that's approved on the Apple Store, that kind of says, you know what, this is purely legit. And I think Apple being a market leader and having so much power, I mean, they can just basically do what they want, unfortunately. But no. And Android users over 80% of phones worldwide. That's the beauty of it. It's a very small percentage.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, and Android dominates the phone industry. It's a very small percentage of Apple users in the entire world. In the Western world, quite a lot of iPhone users, but everywhere else,
extremely popular there.
Yeah, and you've also got to look at where Electroneum are looking to go to. They're looking to go to all these developing countries and stuff, places where it's literally going to be all Android users. So I think that's the priority with it. Awkward silence.
Happy to hear.
Yeah.
So
it's just how it is live, you know. It's raw.
Did you
No
guys have
edits.
anything to say on the iPhone situation? Or?
I just thought I was under the impression they were doing the same thing, that Apple needs to see some sort of consistency or something. You know, Apple's just super careful. They don't want to like try to be scam everybody's money and have that on their plate.
Yeah,
you know,
because it's dealing with finance, and they want to tippy toe it.
Right. Let's go into the next question. This one's from Enlightened RV. I'm sorry if it's there's more questions upwards, but the chat just keeps refreshing now. We're getting quite a well used chat going on now, as opposed to the start of the video. But Enlightened RV says the team should implement direct payment using fiat in the app to pay for ETN to skip BTC and Ethereum. What do you think about it? Either of you guys want to go first on this one?
That would be epic. I would love that. I think it would help people who don't understand cryptocurrency. Like, okay, I got $20. Let me buy Electroneum with it. And it would be that quick, much easier. I support it.
What about you, Sean?
Oh, I love it, man. Yeah, for sure. That'd be huge. I just don't know how. I don't know how feasible that is, but it would be awesome.
Yeah.
They could
figure
it out.
The problem with fiat is that you have to now. I mean, this is what I think that I know, is that now you have to deal with know your customer rules. There's a lot, I mean, that's why, like with Coinbase, you got to get verified. A lot of these exchanges, you have to get verified, because when you're dealing with cash, at least the United States government wants you to know where you got the cash, who you are. They don't want you to be a drug dealer who can just throw it into ETN on the phone and then disappear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing. Know your customer rules and things like that. At the end of the day, it's something that holds value. So there's going to always be people that try and exploit that.
Yes.
In
You
terms
must
of
accept regulation.
Yeah, exactly. In terms of the actual question, though, what I'm going to find really interesting is one, I personally think that they will want to do something like that, because at the end of the day, they want ETN to be purchased easily. I think one of the first steps is for Next Exchange to go public launch, because that is going to be the main exchange, I think, that has direct fiat to ETN payments, because I think you can do it in US dollar, euro, and British pounds.
Wow.
That's to my belief, or it might just be US dollars, but US dollars is like that's the currency everybody knows. And even if you just convert what is like in euros or in pounds or whatever into US dollars. Like people use US dollars as like a base for a set of value. And then if you look at apps like blockchain.info, that's the app I use to buy my Bitcoin. It's not an exchange, it's a wallet, but they have partnered with a Bitcoin exchange called Coinify, where you can buy it directly on the app. And I think ETN should do something along those lines, just an official partnership with an exchange where you can buy ETN through the app using their service. And I think as long as Next Exchange has a good public launch and people are using it, I think Next Exchange could be the one to implement that.
That would create so much excitement if people knew that you could buy Electroneum directly with fiat. Man, that would be huge.
Yeah, I think that's the main goal. That's the main goal, to make
Yes.
Electroneum easy to buy. What shall we answer next? God, there's like... I love this comment from Casilvia15. We don't need Apple. Pumpkin.
I saw a question about comparing the ETN instant payment. I didn't know who did it, but I went through it. Instant payment network versus the Lightning network.
Oh yes, I did. That was near the top, wasn't it? Yeah. Did you want to answer that one?
Well, just from my understanding, that the Lightning network is, it's super pain in the butt. Like we have to open a channel. So like if Mick and I wanted to have a Lightning, we'd have to open up a channel to each other. We'd have to deposit funds on that channel. So I'd have like a half BTC, you'd have a half BTC deposited. And then all day we could trade between each other. And then when we wanted to settle up, like, maybe we're betting, I don't know what we're doing, but and then at the end of the day, I have 0.35 BTC and he's got 0.65 BTC. We report that to the blockchain. And I just can't see normal human beings who don't even know how to buy crypto opening up and getting a Lightning network channel, depositing, you know what I mean? I just can't see. That's going to take a while for that to
yeah.
And well, the ETN thing is super easy, and the user won't even know what's happening. They'll just scan it, and on ETN's part, they're gonna look into your wallet. They're gonna see you got 5 million ETN, and they're gonna say, take 100 ETN, don't let them spend it, set it aside, and then get it to the person. And the merchant is going to be able to basically guarantee from ETN that they'll get that, as the blockchain goes. But so they can give you the goods or service, and you can go on your way.
Yeah, so I
that's
think
a lot like exactly what Visa and MasterCard do. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's a centralized system, and to be fair, so is the Lightning network, I believe. Or I don't think it's completely decentralized, but I think the main difference, and it's not one that you'd expect me to say, but I think it's really important, is the fact that the main difference between Lightning network for Bitcoin and Electroneum's instant payments is that there's no one to be held accountable for the Lightning network. It's open source. If something happens, there's nothing you can do in terms of Bitcoin.
No,
with Electroneum, you can open up a support ticket. And for that whole question, for some reason, I had my camera on Sean's. So I answered that with Sean's face on the video. Apologies, guys. This is what happens when it's live, Just to try and catch people's reactions, catch people out, But yeah, that's the main difference for me. Electroneum are taking the responsibility for that instantaneous system, and yeah, that's my main difference for it. What did you have to say about it, Rob?
Man, if it works out, that instant payment system, imagine all the small businesses and companies that will want to license it, and man, that will point us up. Upwards we go.
Definitely.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Just to make everyone aware, obviously with the free software, we only get half an hour, and we are currently on 7 minutes left of the video.
That was quick.
Yeah, it goes so quick, man. Let's get another question in there. If anyone
so if we
sees...
do a complete fade to black, we didn't mean to.
It just ended, unfortunately.
Time's up.
There's a couple questions in here about price. I personally don't talk about price. I don't think you guys really do any like price predictions either, do you?
I don't do price predictions.
No.
I'd like to see it go up, but I don't have a crystal ball.
Yeah, exactly.
You know. But I would, you know. But I think the price will come with mass adoption. I think you can ignore it for so long, ignore it. But when all of a sudden everybody's got it, what are you gonna do? You know?
Yeah, exactly. So, I'm just trying to find a question now. How will people be motivated to buy ETN if they are mining it for free? That's a good question. I'm gonna straight off the bat come out with and say if ETN's being used globally, especially in a retail environment, and maybe incentives like discounts if you use ETN to start with. There's a few really clever ideas about using the mobile miner for like Android TV boxes and stuff and things like that, but that is going to be on like a separate thing. But in terms of that, yeah, that's a really interesting question. Did you guys have anything?
I got an idea.
Go on.
So listen, what we're talking about is this crypto. So the same reasons you use Bitcoin would be the same reasons you would use. So to send money, Rob, from the Philippines or from somewhere else to the Philippines because you don't want to pay Western Union, or you want to make a big business deal and the bank is closed on freaking Sunday. And right now, people are using Bitcoin and hardly anybody's using it. But just imagine everybody, which we've seen incredible growth in a time when crypto's down. If everybody has Electroneum, then, right? So it's kind of like they're the drug dealer. They're giving out little hits of crack to people, getting them hooked on, getting them hooked on. Does that make sense? Getting hooked on crypto.
Yeah,
definitely.
So now everybody has a payment system they're setting up a network of payment systems. So growing by 70% a month right now. And so when everybody has this payment system, then it's so easy to transact. Once you go, oh my God, I can just send it here and I can go to Rob in the Philippines and it could be there in 2 minutes. Are you kidding me? Hell yeah, I'm gonna do that. And so then I'm gonna go buy a bunch of Electroneum, and then Electroneum's gonna get fiat on there and you won't even need anybody else. But that's how I see it growing. You know what I mean? And right now it's just they're doling out the crack samples. You know, it's kind of messed up to say, but you know what I mean? It's not crack, it's good. But I'm giving you a sample, right?
It's one of your 5 a day people. Go out and get it.
You know what I'm saying?
I think
everybody's got a little taste of it, and now they're like, dude, this is super easy. I mean, use it. And the other part is if the blockchain doesn't work, they're going to go, this isn't super easy, right? And so that's the importance of getting the tech right, because this needs to go through every freaking time like a payment.
Yeah, so I think we probably have time for 1 or 2 more questions because we're at 3 minutes 30. But to go off to another question is someone else asked. I can't find the bloody comment now. But it was basically oh, there we go. Logo says, how long will the mobile mining continue for? And so I've gone to Sean's camera as well. Luckily, I noticed it that time. But in terms of the mobile miner, the first point is that the mobile miner it's the coins that you get from it. It's not straight off the blockchain. It's been pre-mined, so they've already got that amount there, and it's not a small amount either. I mean, if you look at the current circulating amount, it's like 7.5 billion coins in supply. But a huge chunk of that was already pre-mined when we first came out. I mean, when Electroneum first came out, there was already like 3 billion coins, 4 billion coins in circulation. So you got to think at least probably half of that is is the mobile miner coins. And I think they said that they've got the longevity of it for it to last years.
Oh, definitely
So
last years.
and as more people get onto it and as the value goes up, you will receive less ETN.
Right.
Because
They'll
you don't,
simulate
because you won't,
difficulty.
yeah, because you won't need as much ETN because they want to have that like $3 per month thing for it. Does anyone else have?
I think people are making the mistake that everybody's gonna get 10 Electroneum a day, even when the price goes up. No, that's not true.
No, yeah, it's gonna average out.
Mm-hmm.
Anything to add, Sean?
Is that a price prediction, guys? Is that a price prediction that's going up?
Not so much a prediction.
Just
but...
kidding.
No, yeah, but
It has to go up.
no, I think we're down to a minute now.
Uh-oh.
So we're gonna do our closing thoughts. So yeah, I'm really happy that we got together to do this. I know it's been like a week or two in the making, but ETN is all about community, and I'm really happy to be a part of a community like this and to be able to contribute to this community as well. And I want to thank these two guys, Rob from Truthful Rob and Sean from Crypto for the People. Obviously, you guys know who these guys are. If you're into ETN, you're into these guys. Subscribe to these guys' channels. It's
power.
Odds are
you're seeing the worldwide community right here.
Exactly.
Right here.
Philippines. Mick is in UK and I'm in America. You know,
all over the world.
So, yeah, man, I couldn't be prouder to be part of this coin, man. I don't care what the price is. It's doing great things. Got great ideas.
Yeah, so we're gonna end the call here, just because otherwise it's gonna kick you off anyway. But but yeah, I really hope to do this again soon. We should make this like a weekly podcast. That'd be cool. A weekly podcast where we talk about crypto.
That would be fun.
So yeah, we'll work on that, and yeah, so thank you so much for coming on, and yeah, we'll check you guys out in the next one. Right. So I'm really sorry about that, guys. The call full on just it ended. So I'm sorry about that. But thank you so much everyone for watching. I'm sorry that we didn't get that many questions done. I'm considering purchasing this software, but it is quite expensive. But yeah, the one-on-one ones, you can have it for as long as you want, but as soon as you get 3 or more people in there, it costs an absolute bomb. So thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Rob, subscribe to Sean. More videos on the way, more collaborations in the works as well. And yeah, that is basically it for this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I might be uploading again later today, so yeah, I'll check you guys out in the next video. Peace out, guys.